Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're demystifying one of the absolute coolest, most powerful tools in modern cybersecurity. It's called Nuclei. If you've ever been curious about how security researchers find bugs automatically, or, how you can start doing it yourself without needing a computer science degree, you're in the exact right place. Okay, let's dive into this. Millions, literally millions of dollars. Every single year, companies around the globe spend fortunes trying to identify security vulnerabilities in their systems before the bad guys do. The digital world is expanding so fast, right? And every single website, application, and server carries inherent security risks. That massive real-world problem is exactly why the industry relies on automated, scalable solutions to hunt down these weaknesses 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. To get you fully up to speed, we're going to follow this roadmap. 1. The modern security landscape. 2. Introducing Nuclei. 3. The magic of YAML. 4. Real-world scanning. 5. Avoiding mistakes. And 6. The 30-day plan. First up, the modern security landscape. So, because of the sheer volume of targets on the internet today, manual testing, it just isn't enough anymore. Security researchers absolutely need tools that can move at the speed of modern web development. Which brings us to the core question of our entire explainer. What exactly is Nuclei? Now, it's a name that gets thrown around constantly in professional bug bounty hunting and security auditing circles, but for a beginner, it can sound, well, a bit intimidating. Well, here's your answer. Nuclei is a fast, lightweight, and open-source vulnerability scanner created by a group called Project Discovery. But the absolute most important part of this is how it works. It uses YAML-based templates to automatically detect security issues. Unlike older, kind of clunky scanners that act like black boxes, Nuclei's logic is entirely visible and customizable through these templates. And here is the most empowering takeaway of this whole explainer. You absolutely do not need to be an expert programmer to start learning this. Moving on to Section 2, the magic of YAML. Now, what's really interesting about this is how simple the language of Nuclei actually is. It all revolves around something called YAML. That stands for YAML ain't markup language, because of course programmers love recursive acronyms, right? Basically, it's a human-readable configuration format. But don't let the technical terms scare you. Think of a YAML file as just a simple recipe or an instruction manual. A template written in YAML simply tells the Nuclei scanner a few basic things: the ID of the template, some info about the vulnerability, the severity level like low or high, what specific HTTP request to send to the target, and finally, what response to look for to confirm a vulnerability exists. That's it. You're literally just giving the scanner a checklist. And because of this template approach, Nuclei brings some massive advantages to the table. It makes automation incredibly easy for repetitive tasks. The templates are highly reusable. You write or download just one template, and you can scan thousands of targets with it. It's wildly customizable, since you can write your own detection logic for unique company apps. Plus, it's infinitely scalable, which is exactly why it is so heavily used in massive bug bounty programs. Section 3, Real-World Scanning Methods. So let's shift from theory into practice for a second. How is this tool actually wielded by professionals out in the field? Well, Nuclei is kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Security researchers use it to find known CVEs, which are publicly disclosed vulnerabilities, like the infamous Log4j bug. It's also incredibly good at finding exposed sensitive files. Think accidentally uploaded .n files or database backups. It easily sniffs out system misconfigurations like open admin panels or default credentials. And it can even be used just to fingerprint technologies, swiftly telling you if a target is running WordPress, Apache, Nginx, or Laravel. But keep in mind, Nuclei doesn't exist in a vacuum. Professional researchers use what we call tool chains. On the free side, you have amazing tools like Subfinder for discovering subdomains, HTTPX for checking if those domains are actually live, and of course, Nuclei for scanning them. Then on the paid side, professionals might add Burp Suite Professional, which is this advanced web proxy for manual testing, or they might use virtual private servers, VPS, to automate their scanning pipelines from the cloud for way better scalability and privacy. And this brilliantly illustrates how the real magic happens. It's all about workflows. A basic automation workflow flows like this. Step 1, you find your subdomains. Step 2, you check which of those hosts are actually live on the internet. Step 3, you run Nuclei against only those live hosts. And Step 4, you save the output, maybe as a JSON file, for review. By piping tools together, like Subfinder into HTTP/X into Nuclei, you automate massive amounts of manual work and save yourself so much time. Section 4, Avoiding Beginner Mistakes. Okay, before you rush straight to the command line, we need to have a serious talk. The sheer flexibility of this tool means you really need to use it responsibly. The absolute #1 mistake beginners make is scanning without permission. You must never, ever scan systems you don't own or have explicit permission to test. Always stay ethical and legal. The second big mistake? Ignoring false positives. Look, not every finding Nuclei spits out is a real exploitable bug. Always verify your findings manually. And finally, running outdated templates. The security landscape literally changes daily, so you must regularly run the command nuclei-update templates to keep your tools sharp. You also need realistic expectations here. Cybersecurity is not instant. At 1 month, expect to just know basic commands and how to use existing templates. And you know what? That is completely normal. By month 3, you might be writing custom templates and building automated recon workflows. By month 6, you'll likely be confidently building advanced YAML logic and complex scanning pipelines. Just give yourself the grace to learn slowly. Ultimately, it all comes down to one crucial point. Consistency beats intensity. Studying for 10 hours once a month, that's just going to lead to burnout and forgotten commands. But studying just 1 hour daily, say spending 30 minutes reading templates and 30 minutes practicing commands, that creates small, compounded progress that will absolutely turn you into an incredibly capable security researcher over time. Section 5. Let's move to the 30-day learning plan and see how this builds your skills over just 1 month. We've broken this down into a highly actionable roadmap for you. Week 1 is all about the foundation, getting comfortable with the Linux command line, installing the Go programming language, and just getting Nuclei running. Week 2 focuses on template understanding, learning the absolute basics of YAML and how matchers detect vulnerabilities. Week 3 is practical work. You'll actually create your first templates and test them safely in a local environment. And then week 4 is skill building, where you start combining recon tools, learning rate limiting, and building your own personal automated workflow. I want to leave you with this fantastic quote from the source text. Every expert started as a beginner. The cybersecurity world heavily rewards learners who stay patient and consistent. You don't need to know everything immediately. Nuclei is an incredible gateway into understanding modern security automation. Just take it one scan, one template, and one step at a time. So, what does all this mean for you? Where will your first scan take you? The tools are completely free, the community is incredibly supportive, and the templates are just waiting for you to hit run. It's time to build those fundamentals and start your journey today. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep practicing, and I'll catch you on the next one.